have officially found the most unhinged party lawsuit that I have ever read. This man says that he hired a singer for a private party, and that sounds normal, right? But then, guys, the singer shows up, looks around, and realizes that this isn't just any party. It's a nude party. You guys, that is a detail you probably mentioned before sending the deposit. According to the plaintiff, the singer left early and then apparently gave everybody a sermon on the way out. Like, I don't understand how you go from doing karaoke to a revival meeting. This story has more plot twists than a soap opera. One minute you're expecting applause from everybody, and then the next minute everybody is looking for a robe. The singer says that she had absolutely no idea what kind of event she was walking into. She felt convicted and decided she was done. And meanwhile, the host is sitting there saying, okay, but I still want my $500. And you know, Judge Ross, I'm sure, probably opened this case expecting a simple contract dispute. Instead, he's about to spend his afternoon discussing entertainment contracts, surprise party themes, and why reading the invitation might have saved everybody a trip to court. You know, I've heard of parties ending awkwardly, but I've never heard of one ending with a lawsuit and a sermon. So let's just get into it.
My name is Maurice Matthews. I'm an event planner from Los Angeles.
How long have you been an event planner, sir?
20 years.
All right, so you've been at this for a minute. You're not new to the game.
No.
And what type of events do you plan, sir?
I plan concerts, I plan parties, I plan
Now, do you
nude parties.
do it for yourself? Do people hire you to do these things? How
Both.
does it work? Both.
Both.
Okay. And this particular event, was this something that you were hired for or something?
This was something I had planned, I had put together myself.
Okay, what was the purpose behind putting it together?
Basically, it was a party for passionate people that want to explore their wild side, with people with low inhibitions, basically.
Okay.
Adults, like I stress that, adults who are responsible and in a safe environment. So.
You really cleaning this up here.
It's daytime TV.
This is a situation where grown, consenting adults are engaging in sexual activities.
It could get to that. It could get to there.
Was this the first time you planned something like this?
No.
Okay.
No.
So you knew that's where it was going to go?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
You didn't know?
Nope.
Okay.
Didn't ask.
She didn't ask. All right. And that's why we're here. Because you made a decision to approach Miss Starr and offer her the gig.
Yes.
Okay. Tell me what you recall happening in terms of Mr. Matthews.
So I met him at one of my events. It was a jazz event. It was
Okay.
nothing like what he invited me to.
Now, tell me about this jazz event.
Now this jazz event, I'm a singer. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. I've sung all my life. I've sung in all the churches. I was on the choir. I did the praise teams. I grew up in a church.
Okay.
I never got exposed to the secular world until I got to Los Angeles.
Why didn't you get exposed to the secular world?
I was kind of shielded.
And when you were singing at this jazz event, what type of music were you singing?
I was singing jazz, like rhythm and blues.
So you were singing secular
La-da-dee.
music?
Yeah, I was actually singing, when he approached me, I was singing Sade Cherish.
Yeah, I love Sade is one of my favorite artists. And you heard her singing the song, so you said, I'd like to have her come to my party and perform.
To perform.
And
To
when he said, would you perform at my event, what was your reaction?
I was ecstatic because I've been in LA for about 2 years professionally singing.
Yes.
And
that had been my highest offer. I never been offered $1,000.
Okay,
So,
and the offer was $1,000
Yes.
for how much time, how many sets?
So yeah, it was 4 sets of 15 minutes each. I had to do cover songs, and the event started at 9.
You all agreed on the songs you would sing?
So pretty much he likes the way I sing, so I was pretty much going to go off the vibe. He told me to get into it, like feel it. And as I was looking around and noticing the vibe that was going on, I had to switch to like Marvin Gaye, like what's going on? People, yeah, they were like touching and feeling and grinding and gyrating while I was singing. So I I had to stop.
This is the first set.
This is the first set.
Before you got there, there was no additional conversation. Was there any contract that was signed? Was there?
Yes, it was.
Yes,
Do you have it, sir?
Yes, I do.
I'll take a look at that.
I have the contract.
You have a contract as well. All right, let's make
Yes,
sure
here's
that
the
both
payments.
people have the same contractual terms. Deputy Thomas, she says she has a contract also.
You got it, sir.
Okay.
So we find out that the plaintiff is an event planner, and apparently his specialty is nude parties. Brother, we've got event planners for weddings, birthday parties, corporate retreats, and apparently somebody looked at that and said, nah, I found my niche. He describes these parties as a place for passionate people to explore their wild side. And you know what? Why does that require an event planner? What are you planning? Is there seating charts for this? Do you have people go get tested before they show up? Do you send invites saying cocktails at 6, dignity leaves the door at 7? And then the singer says that she had absolutely zero idea what kind of party it was. And this dude's response is basically, well, you didn't ask. Brother, she shouldn't have to ask. When somebody hires me to sing at a party, my first question probably isn't, quick clarification, will everybody have pants on? That information you volunteer to her, maybe because she wants to know what environment she's walking into before she accepts the job. You can't have somebody arrive for a singing gig and then suddenly discover the dress code is skin. And then she starts performing and people start grinding and touching each other. And she's standing there holding the microphone probably thinking, Lord, this was not in the booking email. And I don't blame her. Nobody wants to sit on stage and sing while staring at shriveled swingling-a-ding-dongs. Whatever adults choose to do in their private time, that's their business. I literally could care less. But the employee walking into that environment deserves a heads up. You hired a singer. You didn't order a surprise participant to just show up. At a minimum, send the woman the itinerary, parking information, performance time. Oh, and by the way, prepare yourself for an aggressive amount of human anatomy. That feels like relevant information to me, and I feel like the dude did her a disservice.
Let me make sure I got it right. $1,000, 4 sets, 15 minutes each. You were supposed to do cover songs and sort of read the vibe that was going on in the room.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And sir, you provided me with the contract here.
Yes.
And it says all of that when she was to arrive. It was in the evening.
Yes, the party started at 9 o'clock. She arrived at 10 o'clock.
And she was going to perform from 10:30 and then take a break and then another set, take a break, etc.
Yes.
Bottom of each hour, there's this money that includes travel and lodging if necessary.
Yes.
You paid the $500 up front. The balance would be due upon the event ending.
Yes.
Both signatures, dates. Just curious, any particular reason why you didn't indicate in the contract that this was an adult, quote unquote, event?
Because she was basically the entertainment of the event. She's not participating in the event.
You mean to tell me that you think that she is the entertainment of this event? I'm so sorry. Her getting up on stage and singing a couple songs for 15 minutes, that is not the entertainment. That is just the background noise. That is essentially the white noise to dampen the sounds of fluid swishing and sloshing. I mean, I don't understand why you think, well, she's the hired entertainment. She doesn't need to know because she's there to do a service. No, everyone in that room are servicing each other. She's just there to create kind of normalcy in the situation. So in my opinion, I think the dude is absolutely wrong in not sharing that she's going to be looking at swingling-a-ding-dongs and some, tatas the whole time. Like, I feel like the dude is probably just so desensitized that he doesn't understand that that is not a normal thing for most people to want to engage or see.
Right, but her presence is being requested and she's being subjected to the activities taking place at the event.
Well, the activities took place first of all, I rented a mansion. So there were multiple rooms.
I'm just saying, if you didn't feel as though there was any problem, why not include that language in the agreement so there was no misunderstanding? You made it a point to go through terms and conditions and time and method of payment and cancellation. Why not just add an additional line? This is an event involving consenting adults engaging in potentially intimate circumstances.
And that's my fault.
Because wasn't that the issue?
That is the issue, because he was being deceitful.
No,
and he was hiding, Mr.
Well, the issue.
He was hiding that information because he knew for a fact I would not show up. I think that's why he offered me $1,000, because I think he knows the person that I was working with, and he knew that I would easily say yes. Like, it was an easy fix for him, but it put me in a position where I'm having horror, dreams of what took place there. It was too much to take in.
Girl, you're telling me you're having dreams now after this? Oh, honey, I feel like she needs to sue for a lot more money. Because if you go to an event and you're seeing the hub in real life, girl, I am so sorry. May God rest your soul. I feel like you're probably having a problem here that's gonna, stay with you for a while. Because I feel like you don't go to an event like this expecting to see the type of stuff that she saw. And the dude needed to share that information with her, because she's right. If she knew, she probably would have turned down the job. But what I don't understand is if people are going to a party to be naked and then go and have some mattress polo with whoever they want, I don't think that they really care about live music. Just put on some Bluetooth speakers and let the music roll. Why do you need some chick to go stand there fully clothed while it's like going to a costume party and no one telling you that it's a costume party and you're the only one in normal clothes? It's actually probably worse than that. It's like going to a party and being told that it's a costume party and you're the only one showing up looking like Shrek.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, this is the proof that you paid her the money.
Yes.
Through online means.
Yes. Paid her the
And then
deposit.
these emails are speaking more to what happened after the fact.
Yes.
All right, so before we get to these emails, and she has the same contract. Let me make sure yes, both contracts are the same language. And is there anything different on her contract that would say information detailing these particulars of the party? I don't see it on there either.
Okay.
Yeah, I
So
won't
you
be
show up on
surprised.
time
Yes, I show up on time.
and you start your first set at 10:30.
Yes, I was ready to sing. I was
Okay.
excited. This had been my first $1,000 gig. So I was telling everybody back at home, I made it, right? And I got on the stage, I did my thing, and like I said, I had to...
Describe for me what it looked like visually,
So it was
because you said
beautiful.
stage.
Yeah, it was a stage in the middle of the living room. There was this big, beautiful mansion. People, when I showed up, they were talking amongst each other, drinking, getting seated, having a good time, just talking. That was the atmosphere. I had my little green room. He set me up right.
Okay.
My name was on the door, so of course I felt like a star automatically. So I just went to my own space. I didn't see anything unfamiliar, or anything that I saw later on, but it was a good setup.
And at the setup, when you come out and you do your thing, the first set, no issues.
When I did my first set, I noticed people touching one another inappropriately.
That happens at concerts.
Right. Well, you didn't know if it was inappropriate or not. You're saying that it was a little bit too familiar, given that you're in a public situation.
It was the type of touching you would do behind closed doors.
Okay.
But it was
everyone
out
was
in
fully clothed.
public. It was, yes,
And
everybody.
this is your first set.
This is my first set.
So you finished the set.
I finished the set.
Were you pleased with her set
Yes,
the first
yes, I
time?
was.
You said, okay, this is exactly the vibe that I was going
Yes.
for. Okay. She takes a break. She comes back. Take it from there.
Well, on the break, she had told me that she was feeling uncomfortable about she saw some nudity. There was some nudity. As I had said earlier, there would be nudity as well as...
Well, this hadn't really started until the second set.
Yes.
I know the first set, she sang, she got off, and then she noticed some things. Did she convey that to you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, she did.
And then did she continue to sing, though?
Yes, I told her that she would, just to remain professional, that she would...
You had her in 4 increments of 15 minutes.
Yes.
So at a minimum, she has satisfied $250 of that contract.
Actually, if you're going from the first set to the second set, She had.
I'm talking strictly about the first set.
About the first
it's
set.
$1,000. It's
Yes.
4 sets
So
divided by 4. It's 250. The 250 she earned, and you were pleased.
Yes.
Now listen, they're breaking down the prices, they're breaking down the cost of each one, and she did technically won, okay? So she deserves that money regardless, no matter what, and he was pleased with it. But I gotta say, maybe the lady from the QVC who got her special duties down at the salon, perhaps maybe was at this party. You know, maybe that's what she was thinking about when she was on QVC.
To show the texture and this wave pattern. Again, it looks like you went and got a at your blowout at your salon. Oh my God. And it looks beautiful.
She was hearing it and she thought, whoa, Freudian slip. But here's the thing. If you're gonna go and hire somebody for a job and you're going to subject them to adult stuff, you cannot let them go in with a blind eye. Because even if they're not okay with it, but they already signed the contract and they agree to go, they have to at least be spiritually prepared for it. You can't just sit there and be like, look, you're just gonna show up blind, you're not gonna understand, and then you're gonna sing and you're just gonna be subject to like probably not attractive nude people. Like, it would be one thing if you were like, dang, these are some honeys in front of me, but it's not. I guarantee you the people who go to and participate in these things, they're usually old and not really, you know, anything to write home about, if you know what I'm saying. Sorry guys, those of you who might be in that whole thing, you know, it's fine, but I'm just letting you know that you typically tend to be a certain way. But anyways, I feel like so far Judge Ross is going to rule in favor of the defendant, but what do you guys think?
Then she goes out to do the second set.
Yes, and it was not as good as the first set.
All right, and it wasn't as good because
she started pontificating about going down a road of discomfort. It just ruined the whole vibe.
Okay,
that I was.
What were you
trying
actually
to go
doing during the second set? And what was happening while you were performing on the second set?
Started testifying.
To be honest, Your Honor, I didn't even want to come back after the first set because of what would happen.
You were like, this is not quite what I bargained for. But you came back for the second set.
I came back.
And then tell me exactly what happened.
So I actually had to phone a friend. And I told her what was going on, what I saw people kissing on each other and touching on each other.
Got it.
And when I went to him and I said, hey, what's going on? And he told me, you know, this is passionate people. I never saw passionate people act like that at any of the gigs that I worked for.
But you get on the stage anyway for the second set.
I got on the stage.
Tell me what happened once you're on stage.
She convinced me to come back. I came back. I prayed and I stayed, unfortunately. As soon as I started to do my second set, I looked around and the people, they were naked, like taking their clothes off right in front of me. And there was ones, there was twos, there was threes. There was so much going on at one time. I
throw a good party.
I had to stop after the second time.
And in doing the second set, he said you started testifying.
I had to try to save God's people because I know God just loves everybody. You come as you are. Let the people know, like, you can stop this right now. Everybody don't gotta go to hell.
Okay, so this court case takes a turn because she's on the stage. She looks around and she sees people diddling each other. And she thinks, you know what? Now is the calling. God has placed me in this moment to now preach the gospel. They can be set free. But I feel like, you know, maybe, yes, I get where she's coming from. She turned into a street preacher right there on the stage in front of a bunch of people doing the dirty. But this is the thing. I don't think that the people that are there at the party were ready for that. And it might not have been the right timing for it because nobody wants to be standing there like Adam and Eve. And all of a sudden the Lord God is just showing up and saying, yo, let's put some leaves on you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like maybe that might not have been the right time. You know, maybe after they get their stuff done and then they kind of come to it at the end because there's some post-nut regret. And all of a sudden you're able to actually say, hey, here's some light, you know? You guys have some grace and some forgiveness here. Let's go onto the narrow path. But instead, she's like, you know what would be a huge kill to the stiffy? I'm just gonna start preaching the gospel in front of you. Oh my gosh.
You're not talking this, you're singing it.
I'm singing it, I'm talking it, I'm earnest. Okay, it was like Sodom and Gomorrah in there. Okay, and then it just felt like the devil's stew. The recipe was there. It was just too much going on. He was enjoying himself. Obviously, I was not. I let him know how uncomfortable I felt, and that's when he called me unprofessional.
After the second set that you left.
After the second set, I had to leave because it was like demonic spirits was in there. Like, I didn't want anything jumping on me, trying to transfer to me.
We gonna call Ghostbusters?
I didn't want that.
Sir, that's the issue. She's telling you how this left her feeling.
Well,
you're the one who hired her.
Yes.
You're the one who didn't disclose that this is the type of event. And are you good with that? Because that's what this is.
I've never needed to do that
and
before.
Now you're disparaging the fact that she just does not get down like that.
That's all well and good, but I hired her to...
You hired her to sing, and an objective, reasonable, typical person, not someone in LA, not someone in New York, I'm saying in middle America, if they thinking they're gonna get hired to sing and perform, the thought is not for the average person. Everybody before me is going to be butt naked and everything goes.
You know, I see where you're going, Judge Ross, with this, but I'll tell you right now, just because someone is in LA or from New York doesn't mean that they're willing to get up on stage and watch people diddle each other and have mattress polo in front of them nude. I don't think that being from LA, I'm from LA, okay? I would not want to get on stage and participate in that, you know? So I feel like, you know, the judge might be kind of false about that. I don't agree with his take on that. I think maybe perhaps it's just that this is something so small that he doesn't realize that most people probably would not be okay with it.
Right.
That would not be considered an objective, reasonable standard to make a decision, and you don't even take the time to include it in the contract, although you're very specific about other things. You want the balance of the $500 because you paid $500. You didn't pay her the final $500.
Yes, it was. That was at the end of her performance.
And she essentially worked her way through 2 sets.
I'd say
you weren't happy with the second set, but you didn't tell her what not to sing either. So as far as I'm concerned, she's entitled to be paid for 2 sets.
Well, that's fine.
2 sets is the $500 that you paid her. So based on the evidence and the testimony before this court, the gavel is going to come down in terms of your suit in favor of the defendant. I've got to dismiss your case because you're not entitled to receive the $500. Now the question is her counterclaim.
Okay.
Is she entitled to the additional $500 for the sets she didn't complete? You breached the contract.
How?
Because if you are paid to do 4 sets and you only do 2 sets, then you're not entitled to the 2 sets in terms of that $1 amount that you would otherwise be receiving. So your matter's dismissed. Your matter's dismissed. That is the order. Case closed.
Judge Ross has ruled both claims have been dismissed.
Case closed. Case dismissed for both of them. But I disagree partly. Now, do I agree that the plaintiff's case should be dismissed? Absolutely. But I think that Judge Ross is wrong on his ruling here when he claims that she also didn't follow the contract and just breached a contract, therefore she doesn't deserve the money. Because I feel like if you're suing and you're kind of suing for loss of wages because you were given a job and you didn't take other jobs because you thought you were going to this job, and then you were subject to like harassment, like that's actually like the dude I feel like could have been charged in this, like for indecency. I feel like she deserves her extra $500 because now she's out a job when she could have been working another job. So in my opinion, I disagree with Judge Ross in that case. But I want to know what you guys think. Do you think this party sounds fun? Maybe you guys would be down for it. I don't know. Would you sing for this? Would you love to just sit there and sing songs and watch people just go at it with each other? Watch them tongue punch each other's fart boxes and maybe tongue punch each other's throats. I do not know and I do not care. I don't want to know. But just tell me, do you agree or do you disagree with this judgment? Let me know in the comments down below.